welcome to another drawing tutorial with the Paintology app. And as you might have gathered, I was you may feel that it's half an hour delayed, but there was a shift in an hourly time in the GMT for where I'm staying, so therefore you might be, because I'm actually half an hour earlier than usual, but for you it might have been half an hour later. So I've decided that I'm going to resume this lesson at the half an hour line as I'm doing right now. So I hope you can join me, and we'll start from here, and hopefully you haven't missed much. And I've been waiting as well for the tutorial to come through. So there was a shift in the summertime, so therefore that's why hours have turned back actually. So that's why it appears I'm late. But apologies for anyone who's the GMT time I checked is actually showing correct. No change there. But anyway, so glad you can join me, and we're going to do another tutorial. So as you know, this is the Paintology app here, and you should have this on your Android phone. It's available only for Android users in Google Play Store, but later on it may expand to the Apple Store as well, so you can draw on this in the Apple. So the whole idea of the app is for you to get better in drawing. It's not designed to provide you with hundreds of tools for you to doodle and find your way around, find your way through drawing. It's actually designed to teach you. These live drawing sessions have been specifically designed to teach you the art techniques. So the very art techniques that allows you to make drawings like you can see here on the video guides. Here you can see there's a face. This was done with the video you can see here, right? So this shows you how to create this drawing, yeah, using the shade brush. So designed to teach you techniques, not sticking to digital art as such. Digital art implies the use of digital tools, but not necessarily the techniques. And I'm here to show you the technique. All these eyes you see were done with the app. So this is a video guide you'll find under my paintings. You can see 34 video guides. And my paintings, you have nothing at the moment. These are saved paintings. Tutorials are for people who want to go through each category. This is something a lot of people skip, and I would encourage you not to skip it, because it goes through many kind of tutorials like this. You can zoom in, and it's quite an advanced app. It's got many features, and you can reduce it. There's 19 there, I think. 19. Okay, 13 there. So you can see how this works. That's just like paint by numbers. It's unlike something you've seen in things. So there's many tutorials under tutorials section, so I'd encourage you to use them. The community is for users who want to post their artwork. See, there's a lot of artwork people have posted. You can see. So you can join this and post. So I'm working on a new prototype app, which I will probably release, but it's no different to the one you'll have. I'm going through a lot of tests, so in case I keep saving my paintings, it's for because I'm having, they're using me as a guinea pig, testing it, the developers, while I'm drawing, yeah? All right, so what are the resources we have? These are some of the artworks I've done on the app. You can see it's a realistic drawing of a bowl of apples. You can see it's very easy for people to mistake this for traditional drawing or some kind of a photograph or any of that. They just can't believe it's digital art because they're so used to seeing digital art in a particular way, very dependent on the tools. As soon as you use correction tools, you immediately create digital art. No matter what you do, your art will just look too perfect. And nature is imperfect. And the reason I can make such nice drawings is because I don't use the correction tools or layers or anything like that. You can see here, another one. Many drawings. This one on the done as well. The froggies. This was all done on the phone. This one was done on the Galaxy tablet. You can see here. 2 brushes and away you go. So there's a lot you can do with techniques, way more than what you can do with digital. A lot more than you can do with just digital tools alone, yeah? So this is like they're all mistaken for artwork done. And this one, this was also one of my early first ones a few years ago. So that's why I've encouraged users to paint, but so many of you will not get it because you're beginners, and beginners have a tendency to not to know anything essentially. So art techniques to them is like, Chinese maybe, because what is art techniques, It's like talking to a newcomer who doesn't know anything about art. All they know, a pencil creates a line, a pen creates a line. But techniques are the ones that have allowed traditional artists, people who've drawn on pencil and paper, to take drawing at much higher level than what they could possibly have done. And they've never, as a child, they've never really bothered, or not bothered, but really understood why their drawing was at such a low level compared to their colleagues of people in their school. And they've never bothered to really, not really bothered, I would say, not really understood the mechanism of pencil drawing, which is the artist being able to really, an artist who's been able to really understand the properties of the pencil, applying the right pressure, getting the right shade, observation and the properties of the tool that you're using. That's what I do in traditional, and then therefore I do the same thing in digital, and hence all my drawings appear to be like this. So on the phone, hibiscus, you can see here. It actually did that take a long time? I'm not sure, but you can see that doesn't look like digital art, does it? So that's what I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you a couple of resources. So the first thing is, let's go to here, right, QS, let's take some of these out. So the first thing is this, you need to be aware of this page. You can see here, when you go to Paintology.com, which supports the app, it actually has all the tutorials you see on the app, and you can see it here under tutorial categories. But we're not going to go there. We're going to stay at the home page and go to this link, daily step-by-step tutorials. So go to that, and you'll come across this page. See here? So you can see here that 29th October starts 8 GMT, and the GMT time is, I believe it's 8:30 now. So, which means I was half an hour late because of the time difference. Anyway, so you're here, so that's the important thing. So you can see here's a collection of all the live tutorials that's been done to date. There's plenty of them for you to go through, and then they're all linked to the streams of the YouTube channel going directly to the YouTube stream. Okay, so this one is 29th. We got the reference image here. This is the one we're going to draw. So I'm going to download this, getting ready for to draw with that. And then the part one is produce channel, as you can see here. So this is the channel that I'm going to be talking through, and you can see. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this is actually working, as you can see. So I'm talking, and I can hear myself talking. So we're good. And so download the image. The whole idea is for you to draw along with me. I haven't really got to a point where I can talk to you and chat at the same time, because obviously you have a phone, and I'm not sure if you guys have found a way to alternate between me chatting and showing you the video while you do the drawing on the same phone. Okay, I know laptops are very easy. I use Alt Tab, but when it comes to the phone, it can be a little awkward. So if you guys know of a way, do please let me know. And maybe the only way I can think of is having a laptop or some other's phone, borrowing another person's phone, having it on there, and while you watch it and you draw on your own phone using the Paintology app. So typically the phone I'm using is a Samsung Note 10, and you might know how I use that. The Paintology app is available. When you type in Paintology, you'll see that the app is this one, not that one, the advertisers. A lot of advertisers are now targeting Paintology because it's a very big term now, becoming bigger, and they put their app in right at the top. So this one here, Paintology app, the logo you can see here, and then it has all this screenshots. So please do go there. So let's head back to the Paintology, and we're gonna go to draw, and you can do this for any type of drawing. Trace image and open this one that we got here. Can you see it? There. Okay, this is in trace mode. That's it. Beautiful trace mode. But this trace feature is supremely more versatile than the trace paper you might have used with traditional drawing, pencil and paper, and having a sheet of trace paper. I've used that, and I can tell you a lot of my traditional experience has been encompassed or put into the Paintology app. So this app don't consider it like any other drawing app. If you have a bit of digital drawing experience, you'll not have seen this kind of art techniques. So you will be judging the app based on the other apps you've used, which are tools. And if you base your app on tools, you haven't understood the most important fundamental skills of art, which are art techniques. The very techniques that I showed you was applied to the drawings I showed you earlier. So if you're interested in that, then you should continue watching me to show you how I can make this drawing with one, at the most two brushes, no other digital tools, okay? And like the ones I've done earlier, I've shown you earlier, were done with one or two brushes. I'm constantly drawing. This is the other beauty of the way I draw, is I'm constantly drawing. I'm not going, get this tool, get that tool, get this tool. Half the time in digital art, people are accessing tools. It's just not drawing, in my opinion. You should be drawing most of the time and selecting tools or colors less of the time if you can. I mean, there is, of course, mixing of colors, which I'll show you how it works, the equivalent working in digital. But in essence, you should be drawing mostly. You should be drawing, and I draw like this, even though I'm a very advanced user of Photoshop, but I wouldn't use Photoshop for drawing. I use Photoshop for creating logos, web graphics, vector, vectors, illustrations, brochures, you name it, anything online. And there are some good subjects you can read, good topics of digital drawing in the Quora platform. I've got to show you the Quora. Go to paintology.quora.com and you'll learn a great deal about the on topics related to digital drawing. I think I've answered over 1,000 questions related to digital art, so you can follow me there, paintology.quora.com, or at my Produce Garlic Quora profile. It's up to you, but I always update that on a daily basis to keep you informed of what's going on. Paintology, and of course paintology.com, where you can access many of the blog posts that shows important topics. There's probably hundreds of them. I've been writing since 5 years ago related to digital drawing. So a lot of you want to do drawing by trying. You don't want to read. Many of you skip the very important topic of learning and learning properly. You choose not to rely on learning and you follow a method of your own course, which you can do, but it'll take you far longer. If you learn from the proper people, you will multiply your rapid skills in learning to draw. Like this method I'm going to show you, which is block coloring. So what is block coloring? Block coloring basically is fair, like paint by numbers, and I showed you paint by numbers earlier, right? So this is a black and white image, so I would, rather than work in a color scale band here, I would turn it to black and white by selecting this grayscale, okay? So now I have a grayscale mode of drawing, okay? So now I have a grayscale, so I can select grayscale dark or a very light color, and you can see this is my drawing with the line brush. So anywhere in my half, I consider this half to be my drawing, this half to be the reference image. This is the power of the trace. This is what multiplies your drawing skills, because you begin to understand tones, and I deliberately selected this, and you've seen a lot of subjects I've drawn. I don't stick to any specific subject. I've drawn in many subjects. I love landscapes, nature, wildlife, you name it. All the I do also like drawing lands, like cityscapes or something like that. But I'm more fond of nature, the natural world around us, flowers, apples, fruits, nature, people. People, I like drawing people as well, portraits and all that. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. So this top half is the drawing canvas, of not the drawing canvas, this is our drawing canvas, so I just showed you. This is the reference image, and the beauty of having this cursor on the top half means we can use the color picker to pick these colors. Look, I'm picking this color, picking this color. Right, they're all different color gray tones. You see, that is where the power of your drawing skills will multiply. So we picked 15.6% line brush, as you can see here. The more brushes, but I'd suggest you start with line brush. Don't jump before you can walk. That's my tip to you. I know you rapidly want to get to this. Just watch me in the 2 sessions that I'm going to sit through this drawing and take this drawing to a level where you didn't think it was possible. And my aim is to draw something similar to this, right? That's my aim. And it's going to be done on my canvas. So what's the first thing I do? So I'm going to show you the technique of block coloring, which is super easy, and it's something anyone can do without any skills, okay? Any learning skills, so any drawing skills. So the first thing I do is I selected this brush, so you do the same. Pick the color picker, set the cursor to the reference image so you can select the colors here. Look, there. There, you see what I'm doing? I'm selecting the colors, the background there, the tones that I see there. See these tones that are happening? And that, you can see those tones. I'm just picking the colors. So what happens here is when I pick the color picker and then I land on my finger a stylus, it will assume that color, okay? Like for example, look at this color, right? I can see a tone there and it's assumed the color of there, so I'm dragging it along. If you want to get really accurate, you have to zoom in even more, but I'm just trying to get because the background I can get away with some broader colors. I'm not interested in details. Maybe in the foreground when there are more details I can. But right now I'm just getting these tones. Can you see it? Just getting these tones. There, can you see that tone? There, just getting these tones down the background, right? Not the foreground, just focusing on the background right now. And then I'll show you what I do there. So color picker, there. I assume that tone, okay? There, can you see that? Whatever dark tone I see, this really shapes your notion of tonal painting. And you've probably heard of tonal painting, but the problem is in traditional it's quite difficult to demonstrate tonal painting because they have to mix colors, and we don't. We've got this beautiful, powerful tool to our, the color picker. Just go over. So you can see the tones. There are 2 tones here, one there, and then another one there. And this brush, I'm not too worried if it's too big or not. Don't try and fit an exact, because this is a background, and the background is not really that detailed, okay? You know, the color picker there, and then a color picker, color picker, color picker, color picker, color picker. And you can see. So what I'm doing is just setting the colors of the background, yeah? That's all I'm doing. See that? There's a color tone here, right, compared to this bright tone here. And there's another. So this is so easy. If you're not able to do this, then you probably don't know how to write, I don't think. Right? I'm sure you know how to write. So just try this, very easy, nothing difficult. I'm not just getting these, wherever you see the color tone, let the brush do the work, and then you just select the color picker. So just to let you know that Paintology is coming up to 150,000 in subscribers, so it's really thankful to you guys. And so since it's growing, the workload is increasing. So I'm actually looking for people who can draw with Paintology and help Paintology grow. So if you are interested, just put it in the comments, and then we can chat, because I'm always reading the comments. So this is for remote work, obviously. People who want to learn can help with the whatever I do. See, I'm teaching in these, but I also want people to work on the app, to create tutorials, so creating tutorials requires, oh, you know what I've done while I'm talking? I'm starting to do the actual tulip itself in the foreground. I said I wouldn't do that. So this is what we have on the background. See that? And now, see, the background is this one, not this bit, okay? This tulip there was the foreground. The background is from here. I'm going to pick a darker tone. Let's take it down from here all the way to here, okay? That's the foreground, so we're going to use that as some kind of a reference, yeah, why not? In fact, I'm going to use a slightly lower tone, so the background starts here, and then goes down here. Then I'm going to use that as a guide here. So that's where our background is. So what are we going to do now? I'm always trying different techniques. So I'm going to switch to the shade brush right now, okay? I'm going to switch to the shade. Click on any of those buttons, shade. Take that up 10%. And then I'm going to use the color picker. Pick these tones and just simply do round strokes. You see that? See what I'm doing? There. Look how it's blending, yeah? See, that's like magic. I always enjoy this. It's a bit like when Bob Ross does his mountains with his palette knife, isn't it? Creates the shapes so quickly, and the trees. Right there. Pick this light color and make it stretch there. Do you see what is happening? It's really blending beautifully, isn't it? And keep it confined. Don't take it too far out. Just keep it locally confined, like it's been shaded and disappearing into the background. It's like the portrait mode of our camera settings, isn't it? Have you seen the portrait mode? This is what it does. It diffuses the background, makes the foreground look so lovely and distinct. And that's what we're going to do. There. 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 Okay. Just use whatever your eyes. I'm not concerned with doing the tulips in the background. I'm basically just diffusing the background. Look at that lovely, luscious white that's taking over here. And then this color. I diffuse that into that white region. And then take that color again and diffuse to that. Very easy. Okay, so we got the border for what we think is the background here. So we carry on until we've done the background here. There. Okay. I think we're doing well for time. I think I'm going to try and keep to the GMT time as well, even though my time has changed. So obviously that's what I should stick to, isn't it? Makes sense, right? Why should I, just because my time's changed doesn't mean your time has not, so it was my fault, basically. So I apologize for that. So what I'm going to do is try and catch up to the next tutorial that is coming online. It should be now, right now, but I think some of you might know that there may have been a time switch. If not, what I will do, then I just take that background all the way, diffuse it out. Really, do you see how it does that? It's incredible, isn't it? It's the beauty of the digital medium. Just wonderful. And that gives the impression that it's a field, right? It's a field of tulips. So this just gives the impression. So add a bit of a light as well. Give it a little bit of a character. Why not? You know, like these are tulips. So some shapes resembling. Right? Why not? Okay, so that's where we are. That's what we got to. And the rest of these strong foreground tulips we're going to do in the next part of the drawing. And so I'm going to save this and I'm going to join you in about 5 minutes or so in the next tutorial, which is on the Paintology channel, and you should see that in your, and you should be able to see that in your link in the description. Okay, so thank you for joining me here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next channel. Thank you very much, and see you then.